We all love riding our bikes, but sometimes we can make some simple mistakes just because of our enthusiasm to get out there and smash it. And in this video, we're going to be looking at some of those things and how to avoid them. And one of the first ones is, as I said, always riding too hard. It's easy to always go out there riding hard and smash it and come back feeling like you've had a really good workout, and you may have, but if you keep doing that, you'll reach a certain level of fitness, but beyond that you do tend to plateau, and going out there smashing it isn't the best way of training, even if it is fun. It's far better to follow a training plan that can help you set training goals in a sensible way and help you monitor how much hard riding you're doing and how much zone 2 you're doing. Even if you're not doing hours of riding a week, it's still beneficial sometimes to get in an easy ride or zone 2 ride. Another issue is training with the wrong zones. We can often stick to an FTP we got when we were really fit, and now a couple of months on we've lost fitness, but we still use the same zones to train. And what we should be doing is regularly changing our zones as our FTP changes, at least probably 2 or 3 times a year, checking it to see if our zones are correct. And we all would love to have a huge FTP, but doing a test which gives you the biggest one isn't necessarily the best way to go about FTP testing. And there is a video on the channel about that, so I'll drop that at the end if you want to check that out. And if you're enjoying this content, one of the best things you can do is keep watching the video to the end to let YouTube and the algorithm know that you've enjoyed watching it. Another thing it's easy to forget on a beautiful day like today, when you want to be out on your bike and the spring and summer are finally here, is to forget doing any other sort of training off the bike, which is, as you get older, more and more important to make sure you're keeping up that resistance training or core training to help you keep that functional strength, which is so important as you age. And obviously it also aids reducing muscular losses as you age, and a reduction in bone density too. It's so important to remember to keep that stuff up so you retain your functional strength, even if it's only a once a week session. That's better than forgetting it for the summer. Another thing that's easy to do when you're on a long ride is forget to eat, or think, oh, it's only 3 hours, I don't need to bother, I can make it. But again, it's not necessarily the best way to train. Nobody wants to bonk on a ride, and getting low in glycogen, which you will, even if you're fat adapted or not, you're still going to be burning some glycogen, and eventually you are going to run it out. It's always better if you can eat a little bit on the ride to help save that glycogen in your muscles a bit and fuel the riding you're doing, even if it is zone 2, so that you can start the next day not completely empty. And if you've got harder training the next day, which you might well have if you've done an easy ride today, you can start that ride in better shape. And another thing with nutrition is forgetting to drink. So easy on a nice day when it's not too hot to do lots of riding but hardly drink anything. So make sure you're keeping your fluids up too. One thing that's really easy to do, which I've done many times, is ride too quickly when you're ill, rather than giving yourself time to recover properly before you start, rather than digging a hole that's really hard to get out of. So if you are ill, or you need more recovery just because you're tired, make sure you do that. Give yourself that time you need. And lastly, one thing that's really helped me over the years is try to develop your spinning on the bike in a lower gear to help reduce muscular fatigue. Your heart rate might go up a bit, but your muscles will thank you if you don't always grind a big gear. There are time and places to do that, but it's not really on every ride. So try to develop that faster cadence to give your muscles a bit of a break. So what mistakes have you made? I've made plenty of those ones I was talking about. I'm sure there's many more mistakes you can make. If you've made any, don't forget to drop it in the comments below. Hope you enjoyed today's video and found it interesting. And until next time, bye for now.